LLC with gunmetal crystal edge technology screens. Got to hold the camera because my camera stand was already broken, and since I'm in the process of moving to a new location, I basically threw the stand in the trash. I'm not going to be doing any kind of demonstrations between here and when that day comes for us to leave from here. So, yeah, I am now holding my camera. So, I got a bit of an update. This just came to me a few minutes ago in my sleep. Lord is always blessing, always blessing, always blessing, always blessing. So, we have an amazing ingredients already in my head. I told you how Lord sometimes will come to me in my sleep. He'll come to me when I'm eating lunch or wherever I'm at, and he'll say, "Hey, look, this is something that we are going to design. This is something we're going to put together, and it's going to be amazing." So, one of the things that is needed when you're doing an outside projection screen setup is you need to be outside when you're doing this, because it's kind of hard to sell a product that's designed for outside if you are basically inside most of the time. One of the problems we've had here is the fact of living in the apartment complex is that we don't have access to large amounts of land. And I'm thinking it would be easy to basically just pack a lot of things up, like projector, running a built-in electric generator and all this stuff, and set up anywhere. Not really, because over here in Allentown, if you're in the city area, and there are parks out there, beautiful parks, the problem is it does require a paperwork and permits. But in other areas of Allentown, where some more of an open park away from the city area, permits are not needed. So that's what I found out yesterday. So this will give me the ability to be able to show off a new form of outside technology in these environments, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. I got an idea for one of them, which is going to be incredible, but I don't want to say anything about it. So we have a screen paint and a surface coming out for 2024. We also are going to have it under a pre-order. The paint's going to be definitely under pre-order. So this is going to be a very interesting project we're going to be working on for our customers. And I think our customers are going to really enjoy this new technology, especially for those of you who want to watch movies and whatever you want to watch outside. We have more experience in this field of outside demonstrations than any other product on YouTube. This right here on our crystal edge technology page. This is the giant outside grid. This has everything from ultra short throws to long throws, motorized projection screens, fixed frame screens, inflatable screens, dual screens, screens outside in the snow and different types of weather like rain and so forth, aluminum painted fixed frame screens, and just about anything you could possibly think of. We have on this page. So the thumbnail, because our thumbnails belong to us. Well, some of them don't, because we use those for basically whatever we're talking about in a video. It has a lot to do with the thumbnail. I don't do that clickbait nonsense, because we can back our products up. We don't have to show you an image of outside and then turn around and show you clickbait, show a picture of outside, and nothing in the video has nothing to do with outside, which I hate demonstrations like that. But this is our product here, one of our products. I want to get to the one we have for what we're using for our thumbnail. Let's see if we find it. It should be right in here. Alright, so that's the picture I'm using in my thumbnail. That is the place I used to live at that had a backyard, huge backyard, and a deck back there. Only problem I had with when I displayed a screen back there was the fact that no one could see it. I was the only one, and the camera I had for YouTube could see it, but no one could really actually see that technology. And yeah, that bothered me a lot. So where I'm going to be moving to, I am going to have a huge area to be able to display the technology and for people to be able to see it. Of course, pass out business cards and all the other good stuff. So, yeah, like I said, we have the most experience on and the most advanced projection screens or screen paints for also two outside applications. And this is being done on a 720p projector. Matter of fact, one of the projectors I have packed away, but yeah, it's on a 720p projector. I paid about $270 for the projector. So, you know, if you're worried about spending the money for an expensive venue projector, you don't have to because you could easily do this with a 720p old 2011 projector at only 720p, and this is where these pictures were shot with the old Christie projector, the LW401. That's what I used to shoot these images right there. So we're gonna be doing a lot of these demonstrations next year, summertime. We're going to be showing off the new technology. I had an entire massive giant park to play through, which I am. I'm picking me up an EcoFlow battery station unit, and I have a good friend of mine who's going to drive me to any location in the park where I can set up and record this technology. Also, too, this is going to be fantastic because everyone out there has massive backyards. I mean, huge, massive backyards. And yes, I am going to be showing the technology, the videos, and also to passing out business cards for this technology. Because again, when you get an outside projection screen that looks that incredible, you know how high the green levels are on this technology compared to a white screen? That's our competition level, is a white screen, which is an easy domination for this technology. Look at the difference in that on a $270 projector. My screen's at 150 inches, and my projector is sitting back around 16 feet from my screen, and I can generate an image that gorgeous on a projector that would cost our customers at $270. That's 720p being displayed. That's how clean they come up on our technology. Now, this is going to save the consumers a lot of money. Because instead of them using a gray and white screen, which will never show up outside, you think a gray and white screen have an issue inside? Outside, they don't even pick up. You have to wait all the way until probably around 8 or 9 o'clock just to get the screen to work. And even at that time, the screen is still washed out. And colors and contrast do not pick up. We have tons of demonstrations on this. As I said before, we have more experience than anyone else when it comes to outside and inside demonstrations with our products. But keep in mind, when you're having a barbecue, and we've been through tons of these barbecues, that the faster you get the video started, the movie started, the more happier people are. Most people, when you go on a barbecue, they have to be up the next day. There was one for Labor Day, of course. And of course, someone had a white projection screen at one of the parties that I went to. We had to wait until 8 to 9 o'clock for it to fire up. And it was an ugly picture. It was, because I'm used to seeing something different. It didn't look like that. So, again, I watched the movie on my cell phone, which I chose to do because I can't sit there and watch a washed out screen. But the fact they had to wait that long. Now, usually around the time the kids are tired or sleeping because they're full of whatever they've eaten at the barbecue and the itis is kicking in and they're tired. Adults have to be up the next day for work because you hear that, yeah, I can't stick around. I got to be up tomorrow morning early. I got work tomorrow morning. There's just so much going on. A lot of people don't get a chance to actually watch the movie. It's too late. Now, say they get it on a Saturday. Even on a Saturday, at that particular time, wearing down in the day, most people don't want to sit around and watch a movie. They're tired. Some people will, but most people are just tired. They just want to just go home and go to sleep. That's it. All day with the kids at a barbecue, and you didn't eat just about everything under the sun. You are tired. This technology can start activating at around 6 o'clock. The new technology will activate at 5. Because it's going to have a sun killer technology embedded into it. Now we might get earlier than that. We might get 4 out of that. We don't know. 4 o'clock in the evening. We don't know. We could get 12. We don't know that. But we do know for the fact that that sun killer technology, if we embed that stuff into a physical projection screen, it's going to have some interesting capabilities that you can't do on an everyday screen. What are your options outside? White screen. That's it. That's the only option you have. Is this going to work if you go out and spend the money for a more high-end projector? Nope. It's going to do the exact same thing as an indoor screen does. The minute the projector hits it at 7,000 lumens, which most people are going to be going between 6,000 and 7,000 lumens projectors, you're going to introduce more light to the screen. It's going to wash it out even faster. So you're never going to pick up a 100% contrast. Keep in mind, this technology does something that no other outdoor screen can do. It reads 100% black and also produces amazing colors. We have demonstrations on projectors of 250 screens of 250 inches, dual 150 inches, 180 inches. So like I said, we've done the work. This is both 720p and 1080p display to show people that it really doesn't make a difference. You don't have to spend the money for 1080p if you don't want to. Same thing we have that applies inside, applies outside. Some more demonstrations outside on a fixed frame screen. Like I said, we've coded just about everything. All this testing and everything I was doing in these demonstrations, like I said, it's fantastic because now we can go out and say, hey, look, we got this amazing product. Well, have you tested? Yeah, we have. We've been there. We've done that. We've had the tests. That's why those videos were done. On top of that, also too, selling the product. We were selling this product at the time. Now, we're going to have two coatings. One coating is going to be for these particular screens, and there's going to be a special coating, and it will be marked special coating. This is for inflatable projection screens. I've done quite a lot of inflatable projection screens, and I can tell you one thing. You paint over that stuff with an acrylic screen, you will find out exactly why that's an extremely big no-no, and you would destroy your screen. So the problem what I found out in the experience of working with screen paints, and keep in mind our product is acrylic. All products are acrylic. They tell you they're not, they're lying. It's just how that reacts. This is why people, the black on black demonstrations or gray on gray demonstrations are extremely important, because all screen paints are acrylic and they come from over the counter. Anyone tells you otherwise, they have lied to you. So what is the difference between your product and any other product over the counter? This is what a black on black is designed to do. So that way, when we're showing up a screen paint to a company or whoever we're doing business with, it pops up quite a lot. So we can do those demonstrations and show there's a difference. That's why you have the black on black demonstration. That's the whole purpose of it all. On top of that, to prove your screen is 100% black, because you have to do a pour out next to black paint. But anyway, let's get back to this real quick. So anyway, with the technology we have here, as I told you before, if you're doing an inflatable screen surface is a different version of a surface. Even the front and rear, even though it's made out of a kind of a canvas kind of like material that's see-through, if you paint that stuff with acrylic, you're going to have something called blotches that will pop up all over the screen. I literally saw someone do this in a demonstration with their product when they were trying to show off an inflatable screen outside. You can clearly see when the light was hitting the back of the screen, was transferring through. You can see areas that were coming up just completely blotted, extremely bad. And then the screen wasn't generating in a high enough white level. Next number one test in black technology. You have to be able to produce an image outside or inside in a fully lit environment, and this must be done on a projector at 1,000 lumens. Now, you also must show white levels, the difference between white screen, white fabric, whatever it may be, versus your product on white levels at 1,000 lumens. The reason why, because the projector can't cheat. You can't use 4,000, you can't use 5,000 to try to make the white levels pop higher. You have to do it at 1,000. Keep in mind, when you're outside at 13 feet and you're producing an image at 1,000 lumens, the sacrifice level is completely diminished, which means when people are using a 6,000 or 7,000 lumen projector, they are expecting to lose a certain amount of lumens before the screen makes a distance as it's traveling from A to B. They expect to lose lumens in the process. They're not expecting to start with 7,000 and end with 7,000. That's virtually impossible. Your lumen count is going to start to rapidly drop. Depending on how much per square inch of light you have in the environment, depends on how much lumens you're going to have left before it travels from A to B, and can the screen receive whatever's left over, magnify the image, and push it back at you. That's one of the things you have to go through. So at 1,000 lumens, you are starting off with next to nothing. And you're going to have to travel over 16 or 13 feet, hit the screen, and come back with an image, and be able to show a difference between a white surface, certified surface, and a gray surface. It doesn't sound that easy. It's not that easy either. It's not easy. It isn't. Black technology is required to have a lot of testing for this. If you're not seeing these demonstrations being done on a site who's claiming to have a black technology, don't touch it with a 10-foot pole. It's going to be a nightmare for you. So anyway, getting back to the inflatable screens, they have a particular surface. If they have the front and rear, it can get blotted. It can come out pretty bad. Now, another surface is a PVC. They have a kind of a PVC, a soft PVC. We don't recommend you paint this on vinyl. I had done demonstrations on vinyl. Vinyl is a bad idea because with a vinyl screen, unless it's going to be stationary and is not going anywhere, then perfect. But if you have to take this thing down and fold it up, you know what happens if you take a vinyl screen and you fold it? What happens is when that screen, I've done this before, I've had this problem before, when that screen touches the other one and the heat hits it or any kind of moisture, those screens are going to basically fuse together. And when you go to pull it apart, you're going to notice your screen's not coming apart anymore. It's stuck because they fuse together. And that's why sometimes when you buy a fixed frame screen, you'll notice that the material will have this thin sheet of like a tissue paper in between. That's so if the screen has any moisture or anything that's kicking off, the tissue paper is designed to absorb that. I don't tell you about this, do you? No one tells you this stuff because half the people that I watch who talk about fixed frame screens never explain it. They never talk about that. That's a very important feature. That's why you have that tissue paper in between. So any kind of, if the screen has any kind of excess moisture, it absorbs into the tissue paper. All right, so that right there, you're going to have to line your screen every single day with that tissue paper to keep that PVC from basically sticking, because it's kind of a soft PVC for those particular screens. Now, we have a solution that we developed that allows our technology to be able to react and work well with inflatable screens. So there's a lot of testing to do. So there's going to be two different versions up there. If you do have an inflatable screen, we suggest that you pick the Black Series Edition Inflatable Cinemax. You'll see the option up there. It is a free option. Most companies are going to charge you extra for that. We don't do that. We're going to give you that as a free option for you people out there who have inflatable screens and you're tired of looking at this blow up white screen that's washing out. See how beautiful? That's the inflatable screen. That's one of them right there. See how beautiful those colors are? Another 720p projector. This is what you could be getting outside. Imagine your neighbors see this. You're going to be the envy of your block. You'll be the envy of the block because everybody else will have white screens and your screen will look like this. Those of you who are party planners and you have inflatable screens in your collection, you want to have parties outside, you want to have, you want to be the talk of the town, well, guess what? You get our solution. Because our solution will allow you to turn that surface black. Number one, when you're blowing up the screen, the first time they see that that surface is black, you're going to collect a lot of customers and a lot of business because the curiosity is going to peak. And people are going to be sitting there thinking like, why is the screen black? Shouldn't it be white? Hey, buddy, you got that on the wrong side. I literally had someone tell me that. My neighbor over here sat there and told me that I had the screen on backwards. And I was like, no, it's good. It's definitely perfect. Where's that? And sure enough, when that image came on, yeah, he saw colors he never thought a screen could actually produce. Well, actually, never thought the projector could produce, because some people think the projector's having issues. But anyway, so being a party planner, you have one of these screens, you can now start your party at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, you can get the party started. Condensed lighting, if there's any condensed lighting on the property, it's not going to affect the screen. The screen can absorb tons of ambient light because of the ambient light rejection technology we developed. And then on top of that, not only being the talk of the town of having a black screen, which people are going to be dying to see, and you're going to collect a lot of business off of this, but the fact that you don't have to wait until, hey, we got to, party's going to start at 8 to 9 o'clock. Not going to happen. You can start your party off at 4 to 5. Now at 4 to 5, you starting your party off. This means any competition you may have has been diminished. Unless they have the same technology, then you're going to have to work on a different strategy plan of selling your product. But other than that, you'll have that dominance due to the fact that everybody else has to start off at 8 to 9, and you're starting off at 4 to 5. Also, too, this is fantastic for drive-in movie theater applications. Why? Because instead of you waiting to start the movie up, and they have massive, powerful projectors that we could easily generate an image off of, but instead of you waiting until 8 to 9 to show a movie, maybe 7, then we show a movie, this technology fires up at 4 to 5. Which means at 4 to 5, that's revenue that you're not getting from your business. That's an area that you can't touch because your projector, at the massive amount of capabilities it has, because the drive-in movie theater projectors are insanely bright. The reason why, and people can think about that, you're using a projector that's 50,000 lumens and it makes contact with the screen. How come you can't see the screen at 12 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock? How come you can't see it? I told you the same theory applies. If the projector is producing that much light, that means it's more light you're introducing to the screen is washing out even faster. The screen has a better chance of displaying in a much darker environment. That's why. Why white screens don't pull up in fully lit environments. When you're inside, the images are washed out and faded. But anyway, those of you who have these and projection screens, I don't know if I'm going forward, there we go. Those of you who have these movie theater screens, that means that you can now make revenue in an area that you could not make revenue in. And no, I hate to say this, for those of you who make gray screen paint products, you don't work outside. I should know this because I have more demonstrations outside than any other gray screen paint product on here or anywhere on YouTube, you name it, we've done more demonstrations. So I know that for a fact that a gray screen won't fire up outside. It washes out. We're 12 o'clock in the afternoon on this one. So let's show you something cool and interesting. Let's go to, let me see, I want to go up here to my channel. We got music playing on that side. Let's go over and grab some Google over here. Let's put in a 180-inch black screen. We're the only one who has that demonstration. No one on YouTube has a demonstration of a 180-inch screen outside. As a matter of fact, why am I going here? I can just punch this into my whatchamacallit, my search. Make it a lot easier on myself. Let's go with the 180-inch outdoor screen. 180-inch. Let me see. So easy to having my stand, which I don't have here. I told you I'm in the process of moving. Let's see, 180-inch. I put down black screen because we're the only ones that have a black screen outside. There we go. This is all of me. It shows you the testing. When I tell you that we are the only ones, I don't care about Goose Screen, I don't care about Elite Screens, Yardmaster, I've had one. I've actually had a Yardmaster in my test demonstrations, and we took it apart. Yardmaster cannot compete with the technology in any way whatsoever. It's just hardcore fact. I can literally say that because I know, because I've done the testing. You can't just say your product can do this and do that. You have to have those testing. This is a 180-inch on a Supreme 8. This is outside watching the cat and the hat. right now out here on the portable Supreme 8 screens, coming sizes of 84 inches, 100 inch, 120 inch. This is 150 inch, 16 9, and now we're going to have. Let me just give you an idea of our level of technology. Turn to the side, picks up at a 190-degree viewing angle outside with no problem. Projector over there is a Sony VPL FH30. That projector cost me only $300. That's it. Let's come out of here. This is my selection of outdoors. I said before, we have more outdoor demonstrations than any other product on the market. Let's look at Despicable Me. Here we are outside. Look at the time of the day. Look at the screen producing, fully lit outside, plenty of light, and that screen is generating. It's another, it's 180 inch, big boy 180 inch dream screen outside. This is what you could be doing next summer, or those of you living more warmer states, because right now we're going to be going into a cold right now because the autumn's picking up in the wintertime. But for those of you who live in the warmer states, guess what? You can still utilize the technology. That's how your screen is supposed to look outside. That's why I said when I go to barbecues and they fire up the white screen, I just walk out, I go to the car, and I go sit in there and I watch the movie on my phone. Why would I sit there and watch something on a washed out image? I'm used to seeing much better. This is a massive 250 inch screen. For those of you thinking, okay, well, how would that product apply to a much bigger level? Mind you, the bigger the screen, the more light it's going to take in. Even outside at nighttime, you still are going to have a white screen wash out. We've done the demonstrations, we've done the tests. This is 250 inches. My projector sits back 27 feet from the screen. We're using a $270 projector, our Christie LW401 720p projector at a price at only $270. This technology is generating a 100% contrast level, producing beautiful white levels. In order for those bright lights to pop up on that mech, you're going to have to be able to generate a white level to do it. Beautiful, ain't it? Let's go and grab ourselves another one. We've done, let me see. Here we go. This is a football game. A lot of people have seen this demonstration. It's something like 6,000 something, 65,000 views on it. This one right here is where I did a demonstration on a piece of plexiglass outside. These screens look just like TVs outside. Now keep in mind there is a certain projector requirement when using this technology outside. It requires projectors of 3,500 lumens and up. Inside, I've done this demonstration on 200 lumens. Now we have the projector off away from the screen, off away from underneath of the porch, because we don't want the porch protecting the screen. That's a piece of plexiglass. Imagine what you'd be to do with this stuff, what you can change and turn into at the end of the day. Here we are outside on a fixed frame screen. We get this all the time about fixed frame screens. Now, some people will sit there and tell you, oh, but you can paint a fixed frame screen. But do you know how to paint the fixed frame screen? Or how a fixed frame screen has to be set up outside? Because what happens is a fixed frame screen has a divider in the middle, right here and here. It makes it easy for them to be able to pack and ship the screen because it's not that of a taller screen. It's shorter because it can be broken down. So when you're installing in a fixed frame screen, you have to have a brace here, and you have to have a but you have to have a support here. The reason why is because when the wind hits the back of your screen, if you have an area where wind can hit the back of it, if not, you're good. But if wind can hit the back of it, what's going to happen is this part and this part is going to push out. It's going to bend your screen. I know, I've done one. I've actually bent an Elite screen outside because I didn't have those two areas secured. So I know all this because I have the experience in the field because we've done the demonstrations. Does it make a difference what projection screen you have? If you have it outside where wind can hit the back of it, like on a deck, yeah, you're gonna run into that one. This is 100, what screen? This is the Cinemax? No, it's not Cinemax. It's a cinema theater. There's also another 720p projector. Let's go over here and let's click over here. Oh, here's another one. Here's a test on a 140-inch screen. Outside, look how much the light is making contact with the screen. Look at the side of the building to see how much light is hitting the building. This is a surface test that we're doing. Now, if you're coating this on fabric, we give you the same instructions as we do as if you're doing a fabric screen inside. You want to put 2 applications. We'll do a detailed instruction. We'll do a small instruction area just to show you. We're not going to do anything too big, but we do a small screen. And basically, you want to put 2 coats. First coat, let it dry. Second coat, let it dry. Then you apply your application. That way you'll get an even application all the way across and you don't get this blotted image that pops up on your screen, because that's the last thing you want. This is also part of one of our 1100 lumen challenges. Keep in mind, we have challenges on our products for anyone who wants to challenge them and they have not been met back. One actually goes back as far as 2019 and it still has not been met yet. I would think because we have so many video demonstrations outside and we were able to conquer ambient light outside, what do you think that technology does inside? Out here, the reason why I love doing outside demonstrations, you can't cheat. How are you going to cheat? Virtually impossible. You have nothing to protect your screen. You have no windows, no doors, no walls, no roof, nothing. Can't use ambient light controlled out here unless you're God. But other than that, you're on your own. You have to get the screen to pull. You have to display contrast. You have to display color, the whole 9 yards. Now, for anyone who sits here and says, well, a gray and white screen, no, because you're missing one thing. You have to see a 100% contrast. I can never understand that. In all my years, I can never understand how a screen can sit there and advertise and sit there and say, oh, we see this, we see that. You can't register 100% black. You can't see 100% black. You don't really see anything. Black is required for everything. So, can't say that. Got to generate a 100% black level to do this. This is another one who has quite a large. Look, 657 timed. This is on a 180-inch screen. Look at the display for the PlayStation. Look how beautiful the blues are. If that was a white or gray screen, it'd be completely washed out. You wouldn't be able to see it at all, period. Inside or out, you have to generate 100% black. I get people who make these products get mad when I say that. Well, what are you telling them people at the end? What are you saying to people at the end? Because you do know you have to have color, right? And a screen. That's important, right? You have to generate a white level. Without those white levels, the screen can't see, right? And you have to generate a 100% black level, because when they made the movie Batman, if you notice Batman's armor, vehicle, Batcave, and everything else that's dark in that video is not gray. It's black. So if it's black, then how come it's not black when it hits the screen? Because the screen can't see it, that's why. They get upset with that one right there. They don't like it when I say that, but it's the truth. Now see how we're generating this beautiful contrast level? What game was this? This was actually a pretty good game right here. And we're going to go over here and show you what movies look like on our whopping 180-inch screen. My neighbors were blown away when he came outside and saw it. He's like, oh, yeah, this thing's a monster. And again, we're on the Sony VPL FH30, which is a $300 projector. Oh, please understand this too. Do not use knockoff projectors, especially outside. Anything that thing is crappy inside, outside, they're garbage. They are garbage. We'll do go buy outdoor projector, a knockoff, and we'll put it up against one of our 1000 lumen projectors at 720p, and we'll level the other projector. We'll overshadow, overpower it. This is what you want to see on your deck. This is what you want to see as your business. You know what I mean? Screens are fantastic if you have an outdoor business or you have an outdoor, what do you call it, a restaurant, indoor, outdoor. This is a fantastic screen to have. And here's me doing some hard stuff on the screen that other screen paints can't do, like show a 100% star field. They can't do that. Right, are we on a star? Oh, we did all movies on this one. The other one we did star field. All right. Let's go over here. Let's back it up. Come out of here. And let's see, we're still on the outsides. Right there's the Star Wars right there. Oh, here's my other one right here. This is my fish display right here outside. So this technology pulls solid blues and solid colors. This is one of the hardest colors will actually fade the fastest outside on a gray or white screen, even inside if it's blue. Red fades fast. Green, not so bad, but you would have to worry about the reds and blues, purples, and all the other colors would actually start to fade. See how beautiful that Aquarian image looks outside? That is on a 150-inch screen. Now we bought the canvas screens. With these canvas screens over on Amazon, they're cheap. We get them about 50 bucks. My 250-inch screen cost me around $95. Like I said, when you're coating this surface, don't worry about the border. You want to coat the entire screen. The screen's black. It's going to be borderless right from the door once you coat it with our black technology. Look at that image. Look how beautiful that looks. Let's go over to this demonstration here. Let me see. Okay, this is a perfect example why white screens are an obsolete product to ever use outside. You should never be using a white screen outside. Never. This is a difference between our technology and a white screen. So what we have here, this is called a splatter screen. A splatter screen is where we basically just splat our paint onto the surface. And then we basically go in and we just show you where you're missing from a white screen versus our technology. And as I said before, a gray and white screen can't give you this due to the fact that they can't receive that 100% black level. Yep, Sony VPO FA30 on this one. That shows you how much of your image you're actually losing from your projector. Let's get this one too. This is Tron. So this is going to be a great ability for people who have this for their business, who have this for their home, that have a 100% black technology that will pull an incredible image, and you don't have to worry about being stuck in the, or you're going to be in the dark anyway. One of these technology, you're going to definitely have to be in the dark. Well, no, you have to be in the dark with our technology, but with the white and gray screens, they are required to be in the dark. But with this technology, you're not going to have to worry about that. You could be outside in a fully lit environment. This thing sounds absolutely incredible. Now, like I said, we have hours. This is why we do testing on the product, because whatever we have in the specification of what time that screen picks up, we do hope that you respect those guidelines. We've had people actually try to go outside those guidelines and try to do it on their terms, and it doesn't work that way. All right, let's come out of here. And let's grab ourselves another. This is all demonstrations from our testing. As I said, if people are going out there telling you that their products are designed for outside, then you got to see the videos. You have to see the videos. Where are the videos at? Videos are extremely important for you to see all this, to show that they do have these products and they do work outside, whether it's a comparison, all that stuff. We even have black versus black outside demonstrations. And of course, we have ultra short throw and pico projectors, all types of projectors. Let me see on here. That's how beautiful the image comes up. So the new technology will be available in the new year of 2024. Also, too, we'll have we do advise that the projection screen product we're going to be making for the inflatable screens, we do suggest that you use a paint sprayer that only. Do not roll that in. The one that will be used for more like non-inflatable projection screens, you can use any form of nap roller for that. So the other one's going to be a special product, or this is the 250-inch display. That's my screen. It was 11 feet high and over 20 feet wide. It was huge. So for those of you wondering how the paint will work on a large application, it's going to look absolutely incredible. And then keep in mind, no expensive projectors required to fix any issues that the screen can't see. Oh, you gotta see this right here. This is snow level. Where's the snow level? We did a snow demonstration. Here we go. This is the white levels on this technology. That's how much light these screens can generate, or the screen paint can generate. Now, as I said before, when it comes to the Cinemax inflatable screen paint, we do advise that to be sprayed on only. It's a spray on application only for that particular sensitive surface. If you're using this for an everyday screen that you can use a 9-inch nap roller on, you can actually do that with one used for, we don't suggest you use this one for inflatable screens. So with two different versions, one actually requires a roller, one requires a spray on. Let me show you the white levels this screen is generated. Look at this. Look how high the white levels are at a massive 250-inch display. That's incredible, ain't it? We have the cottage here too. Where's the cottage? Here we go. That's how crazy our white levels are. White levels on the new technology will be much higher than this. Way higher than this. Because it'll have that sun killer embedded into it. That's how bright that screen is. And this is how heavy the contrast levels. Imagine technology, as like I said, all our screen paints are the same thing. They can see a amazing white level and can pull 100% black at the exact same time. They can transition. A lot of screens don't have that capability because, again, the transition process becomes a nightmare for them because they can't switch over to 100% black. The screen won't read it. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. This is a new technology we're going to have coming out in 2024 pretty soon. This will allow you to convert those white projection screens with our black technology, producing, giving you amazing, incredible white levels. You'll be able to achieve 100% contrast levels, and you'll be able to do this very easily. If you want to check out research on our outdoor projection screen, our knowledge of it, you can go right to my YouTube channel right here. You can see in this video right here, we show the difference between our black dedicated Cinemax. This is dedicated Cinemax, our technology. That's a white wall. Difference between two. You can go into my search area right here and you can look up my outdoor video demonstrations, which I have done, showing you that we have the most experience. And we do challenge you. We challenge you to go out and compare our demonstrations to anybody else on the internet, and we will show you hands down why our technology is the best and the only choice for your projector home theater investment. I gotta go. Thank you all and God bless. If you're interested in the Cinemax dedicated black Cinemax, like I said, amazing screen paint product. If you're interested in our gunmetal technology, which we have also too on this page. Let's go over here real quick. This is the Black Widow 39 in these demonstrations right here. Just shows our history of our gunmetal technology. Over here you can see a wide area of our customers. Oh, I got to put Kelly in here too. Mr. Kelly, thank you so much for the demonstrations. I will be adding you to this wall also too. Plenty of picture demonstrations. We make sure we have lots of demonstrations for our customers to see our technology, and as you can use our technology in fully lit areas without worrying about your screen washing and fading out. All right, I gotta go. There's our information right there. You can check us out. You can email us here. Well, on the Crystal Edge page, we have the Immerse 4K Cinema at Outlook.com. There's our company phone number where you can reach us. And if we go over to our Black Series page right here, you can pop in and you can see, let me see, we have contact information. That's about us. That's gonna play music. We have a music attached to that one. Oh, I can't pause it. I gotta come out of it. Shipping information. We have music attached to that. All right, so we have a contact page on here. I can't figure that to shrink my page here. I'm still adjusting my monitor here, which I'm gonna have to worry about much longer. But anyway, in here you can basically get all the information needed. As a matter of fact, I want to activate the Sugar Plum Fairy too on top of that, so we can show off that page. That page is actually quite incredible. So I got to go in and get that done. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. It's going to be an outdoor screen paint product. We're going to be customizing. We will be removing the ability for, in 2024, as I told you before, that the dedicated black Cinemax is going to be getting a new upgrade. And the upgrade is going to allow that product to do some incredible things. But also, too, we are going to be removing for that screen paint to have the ability to produce outside. It's going to be strictly for an inside product only. And we're going to design another version, a better, more advanced, not advanced version, but it's going to be an advanced version for outside applications. And then it's going to be the Cinemax Outdoor, Cinemax Outdoor. So that's going to be a whole nother product right there. I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I can't wait for you to try our new products. I'm telling you, it's going to be an amazing experience. You're going to see a massive difference between white screens or gray screens versus our products. You're also going to be able to check out and use, sorry, it's not going to cost you tons of money. Sorry about that. Tons of money for a projector. You're going to have to spend $5,000 or maybe $2,000. You can spend under $500 for our screen paint products. And no dark environments. All right, gotta go. And yes, it will be ultra short though compatible. Gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.